Okay, so welcome to our homemade potato soup and the Rory grilled sandwich. If you're curious about what the Rory is, it is Everyday Gourmet's rendition of the Reuben. So we've got lots of delicious quality ingredients here for this meal. And we've got house-made corned beef, fresh-baked pumpernickel bread, and a local Lusty Muck mustard, which is full of mustard seeds and just enough kick to bring this sandwich up a notch. So to begin this sandwich, you're going to set your saute pan on a medium heat and begin to melt the butter as you build the sandwich. So on the sandwich, we're going to start with a very good amount of the Lusty Muck mustard and spread that around like so. Okay, so once you have your Lusty Muck mustard down on your bread, we're basically going to build one side of the sandwich and then top it off with the other side of the bread. So you're going to start with a good amount of the Swiss and Gruyere shredded cheese that's in your bundle, and then you're going to add several slices of the house-made corned beef. We have a sauerkraut this week that's been mixed with a little bit of fresh spinach just to give it some color and a little bit more texture. And that's going to go on the sandwich next. And each layer that I'm adding on the sandwich, I'm just putting a little bit of pressure to kind of smash it down because there are so many delicious layers. This is going to help your sandwich in the end to stay together. So when I'm building a sandwich like this, I like to put a little bit of cheese in the center. And then we're going to top it off with a couple of more slices of corned beef. And then finally, more cheese, please. Swiss and Gruyere mixed cheese. Topping it off with another slice of the pumpernickel bread that already has the Lusty Muck on it. And at this point, your butter should have just a tinge of brown in the pan. This is a good sign. That's a brown butter that just adds more flavor to the outside of your sandwich. So you're going to place that sandwich right in the center of the pan. If you're working with two sandwiches, make sure you choose a pan that's big enough to have both sandwiches at one time. I also like cooking this sandwich on griddles as well. If you have a pancake griddle that you like to use, that way you can do multiple sandwiches pretty easily. So the best thing you can give this sandwich is time at this point. We are going to cook it on this griddle for at least 10 minutes because we want to make sure the cheese in the very center and that meat has some warmth to it and it's melty. So move the sandwich around in the pan to soak up any butter that may have been smushed out to the sides. Then we're going to take some of that soft butter that you have left over and put that on the top of the sandwich. So when we flip the sandwich, it's going to melt into the bread and you have like an entire new layer of butter to offer and flavor for the deliciousness of the sandwich. So we're cooking this on about medium heat at this point. Okay, so carefully using a heat-safe spatula, you're going to flip your sandwich, mash it down just a bit with your hand, and then again continue to cook on this side for another 5 to 7 minutes. So while your sandwich is cooking, go ahead and take your potato soup and place it in a saucepan on your stove and heat that up until it's a nice simmer. And then all of your food should be ready at once to enjoy this savory grill press sandwich called the Rory and homemade potato soup. Okay, so here you go. Once that sandwich is all set, you can take it out of the pan and cut it with a serrated knife on the bias. Serve it with your potato soup, and we hope that you enjoy.